It's been so long. Over a year since that third video, and Snapple still hasn't reached out. A sponsorship deal, it should be well in hand, but I've heard nothing. I've done everything. I've supported the peach tea. I even don't curse in the videos. I don't know what else I could possibly do. Now wait. I have an idea. A perfect sponsor isn't just one product focused. No. A good sponsor supports all of the products. And what better way than to support the newest product from Snapple? This video is unofficially and probationarily brought to you by Snapple Elements, the new light and impossibly refreshing beverage from Snapple. With 45% less sugar and no artificial sweeteners, you're bound to be refreshed and enchanted by Snapple Elements. Fire, air, and rain. The newest flavors from Snapple. Okay, can we do the video now, please? I'm tired. Hello, friends. Thank you for joining me today, and I'm glad you did because I've got something pretty great for you, and that is the highly anticipated fourth Snapple Fact video. If you don't know what this is, it's been a while since I've done one, so let me explain. In 2020, I decided that the only thing that made me happy, because we were in the middle of the worst part of the pandemic, and I needed some type of joy in my life, the thing that brought me joy was Snapple Peach Tea. And I said, I'm going to do a video about the Snapple facts, the real facts they have in the caps of the Snapples. And I'm gonna fact check them. I'm gonna look them up. I'm gonna learn something, and we're gonna be better as people together. I don't know if that's a real thing that happened, but I feel like it was. So I did that, and then I did it again, and then February 2021, I did it a third time. All in an effort to get sponsor to Snapple me. Get Snapple to sponsor me. That's how that sentence should have gone. So in an effort to be a good sponsor, I did not curse in the videos. I talked up the Snapple beverages, which, by the way, I do actually like. I'm not just blowing smoke. I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I like Snapple a lot. I decided to do these videos and beg Snapple to sponsor me. Hasn't worked. And I had to go to the drawing board. The reason why it's taken so long for me to make these videos is that I buy the peach tea, and then I get ready to do it, and then I drink the peach tea, and I don't have any Snapple to have in the video with me. And it's taken me over a year to buck that trend. It's just that good. It's the best stuff on earth. But again, like I said at the top, I've been focusing so much on the peach tea that I have forgotten about all the other flavors of Snapple, which I also very much enjoy. And so I took an opportunity because, as you see, Snapple has released 3 new flavors of beverage. Elements, it's the Snapple Elements, all natural, no artificial ingredients. Still the best stuff on earth, but 45% less sugar compared to their Snapple Apple is the small print on that. And different flavors. So we've got Elements Air, we've got Elements Fire, we've got Elements Rain, no Elements Earth, which is fine, but there's an Avatar joke in there. So if you, Snapple, if you need me to help you work that idea, I'm available. Now, believe it or not, this is the first time I've ever done these videos where I've had the Snapple that actually has the fact under the cap. I've always had the big guys, either the really big guys or the slightly smaller big guys, and those don't have facts on them. The 16 ounce or 15.9 ounce Snapple has the facts on them. So I figured, why not start? Instead of going to the website, we'll start with Elements Rain, which is agave cactus flavored juice. and I'm looking. Looks delicious. I haven't tried these yet. Oxygen supply. I don't know if it's too bright to read that. There we go. Oxygen supply influenced the color of a fire's flame. Now, that seems right, but before we look up that information, I'm going to take a sip of the Element's Rain flavored snap. Ooh, it is very light. I like that flavor. It's weird, right? Because it has an aftertaste, but like it's not bad. Like when you hear the term aftertaste, you always think, "Well, that's not good, is it?" But it's delicious. It's a flavor that I like having on my palate. That's really good. Okay. You're doing good. You're doing good so far, Snapple. The Callure, this is a British site, or a British writer. The Callure of a flame is influenced by oxygen supply, meaning that low oxygen fires contain uncombusted fuel particles leading to yellow glows. High oxygen fires burn blue, and its flames are the hottest, defeated only by the heat of a white flame. As with other colors, blue is a direct consequence of a chemical reaction with carbon and hydrogen producing both blue and violet flames. Wow. Then the temperature chemical reactions often take most of the credit. Fire itself is a result of combustion. We know what combustion is. Whereas chemicals reaction to color. Red colors are the coolest flames, while lighter colors represent scorching temperatures. Wood fires, the colors also come from the substances burning with the flames. The fierce orange flames due to the presence of sodium, which emits once heated. Copper compounds transform into green or blue, and lithium turns to red. Interesting. That was a materials base, but the fact about the oxygen is true. Low oxygen fires are yellow and high oxygen are blue. So if you've ever seen a blue flame before, there's a lot of oxygen in there and are incredibly hot. So don't touch those. Don't touch fire. Don't touch fire at all is the rule of thumb you should be following. And you should be okay if you just don't touch fire. But I mean, unless it's this fire, you can touch Snapple Elements fire, but don't touch normal fire. Don't touch hot fire, because even though low oxygen yellow fire is the coolest fire, it is still hot. It's still gonna burn you, and if you get enough of it on you, it'll probably kill you. You don't want that. And I tell you, the power of Snapple is probably not going to be enough to quench you in case of a fire. It'll quench your thirst, but I think you might want to stop, drop, and roll and be very careful if you're on fire. A jiffy is an actual time measurement equaling 1/100th of a second. What? The earliest technical usage for jiffy was defined by Gilbert Newton Lewis. He proposed a unit of time called the jiffy, which was equal to time it takes light to travel 1 centimeter in a vacuum, which was 33.3564 picoseconds. It has since been redefined for different measurements depending on the field of study. Okay. Electronics, a jiffy is a period of alternating current power cycle 1/68 or 1/50th of a second in most mains power supplies. Jiffy was originally the time in computing between 2 ticks of the system timer interrupt, not an absolute interval. Early microcomputer systems such as the Commodore 64 and many games consoles commonly synchronize the system interrupt timer with vertical frequency of the local television standard. Jiffy values for various Linux versions and platforms vary between about 1 and okay. Strategy always uses Jiffy of 1 out of 65,536 seconds to express date and time. The term Jiffy is sometimes used in computer animation as a method of defining playback rate with a delay interval between individual frames specified in 1/100th of a second, 10 milliseconds. Jiffy is particularly in Autodesk Animator sequences, 1 global frame frequency setting, an animated CompuServe GIF image. It's GIF! Each frame having individually defined display time measured in 1/100th of a second. So that's what we were looking for. It looks like the term Jiffy can vary measurement-wise, but in computer animation, it is 1/100th of a second. So technically Snapple is right here, but it could be expanded. All right, so now I'm over here looking at orders of magnitude of time. We've got a decisecond is 1/10, a centisecond is 1/100th of a second, millisecond is 1/1000th of 1 second, which we knew that. Microsecond is 1/1,000,000th of a second, nano is a billionth, pico is a trillionth, femtosecond is 1/quadrillionth, attosecond is 1/quintillionth of a second, zeptosecond is 1/sextillionth, yoctosecond is 1/septillionth of a second. I can't even fathom how little time 1/septillionth of a second is. Planck time, presumed to be the shortest theoretically measurable time interval, but not necessarily the shortest increment of time. I'm not going into quantum gravity. You can't make me. You can't make me! The term 007 was derived from 20007, the home zip code of many Washington, D.C. agents. 007? I don't associate 007 with Washington, D.C. I associate 007 with British. That's it, just British. James Bond went by the codename 007, which Fleming once told an interviewer was picked due to the Georgetown zip code 20007, as there were many spies who resided in Georgetown at that time. Since then, James Bond has become a worldwide phenomenon with dozens of movies. Well, okay, we need that. Is Need to Know Facts legit? Because here's the thing, is that when James Bond made his debut in the Fleming's 1953 thriller Casino Royale, so it is codename, the name of the third chapter, the number 007. Novel, two British intelligence officers discuss who to send to defeat the villainous Le Chiffre, the Cipher, at Baccarat in a casino in northern France. The answer, one of the double O's. I guess 007. Fleming wrote, he's tough and M thinks there may be trouble with those gunmen of Le Chiffre's. 00 status means famously that a British Secret Service agent has a license to kill, as Bond tells Rene Mathis, his French counterpart in Casino Royale. For those two jobs, I awarded a 00 number in the service, felt pretty clever, and got a reputation for being good and tough. In an interview with Playboy magazine just before his death, Fleming supplied the answer, or 2/3 of it. Playboy. When the interviewer asked Fleming whether readers should take his imaginative device of Bond's permissive 00 prefix so seriously, the thriller writer replied, well, though this was purely a fictional device to make Bond's particular job more interesting, the 00 prefix is not so entirely invented as all that. I pitched the idea from the fact that in the Admiralty at the beginning of the war, all top secret signals had the 00 prefix. This was changed subsequently for the usual security reasons, but it stuck in my mind and I borrowed it for Bond and that stuff with it. So it's not, this one is weird. So nobody really knows, which is interesting. Very interesting. Huh. That's one explanation for it, I guess. Alright, we're going back to the well of Snapple Elements, and we're going to try Snapple Elements Air, which is prickly pear and peach white tea, whereas this was agave flavored cactus juice drink. I read that really wrong. Agave cactus flavored. This is prickly pear and peach white tea flavored. So we're gonna give this a shot. Ooh, it smells delightful. Okay. I like that peach flavor. Like it's very subtle peach flavor. And again, look, I get peach tea anyway. For any new products. The fact is, which these the elements are very obsessed with fire at the moment, because apparently cotton can catch fire with enough super glue applied to it, which I mean, it feels right to me. I guess. Okay. I am reading. This is a EDU. Jane's 1974 Fabric Flammability and Clothing by Jane Speece. Slow burning fabrics and fast burning fabrics. Oh, there is a Flammable Fabrics Act passed by Congress in '53 with the intent of prohibiting sale of fabrics and wearing apparel that easily ignite. Well, if cotton is as highly flammable as they say, which it is, okay. Wool is the least flammable, though it can catch fire, resist burning, and extinguishes itself. Cotton is highly flammable, catches fire easily, and burns quickly. Silk and linen will burn almost as easily as cotton and burn rapidly. I mean, yeah, cotton can catch fire with enough super glue. Oh! Is it trying to say that if you put super glue on cotton, that the super glue is enough to... Oh, that might be what that means.
Superglue contains unjoined cyanoacrylate molecules.
I just want to see it. I just want to see fire.
Various molecules.
Is that going to happen? I appreciate you, Ask a Scientist. I really do.
One possible way to speed this up is by using fine glue with the fine Q-tips.
Yo!
In conclusion, the reaction produces heat, but it's probably not enough heat for anything to catch on fire. However, to be on the safe side, don't store super glue and cotton.
Well, according to Ask a Scientist, the reaction of cotton, it doesn't seem to do. It doesn't seem to do. This is an older one. Talking Meta Cafe. Oh, man. Interesting. I wonder if, because the Ask a Scientist one was doing a bunch of different types and combinations and all that kind of stuff, so maybe that was why, but I see fire. Okay, now here's something I need to know about. Brigadier Sir Nils Olav III is a king penguin who resides in the Edinburgh Zoo in Scotland. He's the mascot and colonel-in-chief of the Norwegian King's Guard. The name Nils Olav and associated ranks have been passed down through 3 king penguins since 1972, the current holder being Nils Olav III. Wow! That's so cool! Nils Olav III. Ooh, I have to tell Chelsea Johnson about this. Oh, this is so cool and cute! We've got one final element to look at, which is dragon fruit fire. Dragon fire, you get it. Ooh, that's good. This one isn't. This one is just tea. This one's not juice. This one is 10% pear juice. This one is a mix of pear juice and grape juice in with the rest of the stuff. But listen, this is good. This might be my favorite one. I like all of them a lot, but if I'm ranking them, I think fire is my favorite, then rain, and then air, in that order. This is good, but the fact, phantom rain are raindrops. Sorry, I went down the wrong pipe. The raindrops that never reach the ground. Phantom rain is a natural phenomenon in which rain evaporates before it reaches the ground, and it's very characteristic of deserts. Rain pours down from the sky, but the ground never gets moist. I guess, yeah, if it rains in the desert, it's too hot, evaporates the rain, never hits the ground doesn't get wet. Which I've seen before, actually. Being from, I'm from Arizona, that's where I was born, I've seen phantom rain before. I've always just, aside from there, I've always just lived in places where the rain is decidedly not phantom. So that's a thing. Now, hang on. I mean, here's because here's the thing. Hawaiian pizza, if you look at it, clearly wasn't created in Hawaii. Like, okay. I am of the opinion, and maybe I'll get canceled for this, that pineapple does belong on pizza. I like a good Hawaiian pizza. I don't like, I like it with, like, ham and the thing. Now, if you can get Hawaiian pizza with white sauce, oh, so good. But I'm fine with red sauce pineapple, too. I'm equal opportunity. I like pizza. I like pineapple. The sweet cuts the salty. That all being said, you know what? It doesn't feel like a Hawaiian invention. They have very specific food in Hawaii that is very good, but Hawaiian pizza feels like it did not come from there. No kidding, it wasn't an Italian invention, BBC. Pizza was actually created in Canada by 1962 by a Greek immigrant called Sam Panopoulos. Panopoulos, along with his brother, Pineapolis. Is that what? Okay, let me just. Panopoulos, along with his brothers, owned a restaurant in the province of Ontario. The food was initially very simple, traditional diner dishes, pancakes and burgers. Inspired by a recent trip to Naples, Panopoulos decided to introduce pizza to the menu. Pizza was new in 1962 in North America? That's interesting. Topped with mushrooms, bacon, pound did the same, but it became more adventurous with other dishes and choosing Americanized version of Chinese meals such as sweet and sour chicken, which also includes pineapple. Did this guy invent he brought sweet and sour chicken too? He added canned pineapple to one pizza with ham, not knowing whether it would be a hit or not, but soon found the combination of sweet and savory was proving a winner with customers. But why? One possible reason is the growing fascination at the time with tiki culture. Hawaii had officially become an American state in 1959, and people had fallen in love with island lifestyle. Canned pineapple began to be imported into North America along with pineapple juice, providing Panopoulos with this crucial ingredient. As for the name, the brand of tinned pineapple is called Hawaiian, so Panopoulos' invention was named in its honor. Huh, okay, so this guy, I need to look up Sam Panopoulos. I guess not. That article made me think that he maybe popularized sweet and sour chicken, but he probably just brought it to satellite restaurant. I want to do one more fact, and I know what you're thinking, Sam. You don't have any more. You opened all of the elements. And what are you going to do now? You think this is a game? You think I'm just going to give up on peach tea? Are you kidding me? Come on. So the champ after all this time. I really do love this. Love these. If Snapple wants to pay me in peach tea and elements and all of their other flavors, I'll take it. Actually, Snapple, could you send me banana Snapple, please? Because I want to try it really bad. And I can't find it. I can't ever find it anywhere. So I would love to try that if you decide to sponsor me. That would be great. But yeah, peach tea. Delicious as ever. Heavier, not bigger lemons produce more juice. Which makes sense to me as a concept. I mean, that makes sense to me. When you choose lemon or any citrus fruit, look for one that is a bit soft, not squishy, but tender to the touch, indicating the fruit is already juicy. Also note the weight of the lemon. If you grab 2 lemons of the exact same size, the one that is heavier will have more juice. Typically, Meyer lemons have the most juice. Fino and Prima Fiore, I'm not reading that second one. Can't make me. Lemons are also juicy varieties. I think that makes sense to me. Because if you have a big lemon but it's really light and you have a really dense small lemon, obviously that's going to be juicier. That would make sense to me. It's weight. It's weight. You want heavier because it's more. A ton of steel weighs more than a ton of feathers. Just one more, because this is rad. In Venus, it snows metal. I'm not gonna look that up because I know that I've read this before. You can look that one up. That's a bonus one for you to look up yourself. It's just cool. Thank you so much for joining me on this, my return to the Snapple Facts video series. You know how much I love Snapple. I really do, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed learning some things. looking up some trivia facts, and I hope you go out and find and enjoy the new Snapple Elements Rain, Air, and Fire. I was gonna try. I paused there because I was gonna try and make another Avatar joke, but I couldn't come up with it. I froze in the moment, much like Aang, the Avatar. He was scared and he froze in the moment, and then he literally froze in the moment for 100 years. Go figure. Do the good YouTube things. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so YouTube will tell you when the next video comes out. And if you want to help the channel, go watch another video. Watch the other Snapple Fact videos. Tweet at Snapple and tell them to sponsor me. That's the thing you could do. I don't know. Would that be annoying? I don't know. Don't be mean. But just kind of politely suggest. That'd be fine. Yeah. And then tell your friends to do the good YouTube things. So they can help out the channel as well. And as always, I would like to remind you, have a great life. Thank you very much. Drink Snapple. The best stuff on earth.